What's going on, guys? Messi here and welcome to a brand new video and welcome to your daily dose of transfer gossip. And today is the Friday the 19th of January. And we have got so much to cover in today's episode, including a lot of confirmed transfers and some very good rumours. So just before we get started, as always, if you enjoyed the video and enjoyed transfers, show support by leaving a like rating. It'd be absolutely awesome and greatly appreciated. If you're new to my channel, make sure to press the subscribe button for more and press the notifications tab next to it to receive an alert every single time I upload a video. If you missed yesterday's video, it's down below in that description box. And today's question of the day: what's the best player you've ever packed on FIFA Ultimate Team? Let me down below in the comments section. And remember, every single day at 8:30, there'll be a new transfer video on my channel. Right, let's jump straight into confirmed transfers then. The very first player is going to Juarez, going to Vancouver Whitecaps in the MLS, and from Monterrey on an undisclosed fee. Next name is going to be Markov, a Russian striker, going to Dynamo Moscow from Tosno, also in Russia, for around £1.8 million. Then move on to Hadji, I believe the son of the icon on FIFA Ultimate Team. Today he has joined a team in the Romanian league called FC Viitorul. Apologies if I said that wrong. That's from Fiorentina for around £1.8 million as well. The final player on this page is a player that back in the day, probably like last year in fact, or year before that, and was quite high rated on FIFA Ultimate Team, being Jeremy Tulalam. And today he's become a free agent officially after leaving Bordeaux. I think it's a mutual agreement, as apparently some people are actually saying it's down to the manager because he was sacked. And it appears Tulalam isn't very happy about that, so had decided to ask to leave. Next up, we got to the next four players. The very first one, I don't believe on FIFA 18, is actually on FIFA Ultimate Team, being Nathan the Brazilian. He's currently owned by Chelsea. I think last year was playing for Vitesse, who a lot of Chelsea players do go to. And today or yesterday, he joined a Portuguese team called Belenenses from Chelsea again on loan for the rest of the season. Then we got Ragnar Sigurdsson going to FC Rostov in Russia from Fulham for an undisclosed fee. I think he's also been on loan to a Russian team as well this season, potentially Rubin Kazan. Then we got on to Bragieri, an Argentinian centre-back going to a team called Atletico Nacional from CA Lanús for £1.44 million. The final player on this page is going to be Stephen Naismith, going 2 Hearts in the SPL from Norwich on loan for the rest of the season. And Norwich have actually sold or loaned out quite a few players lately, so I'm not sure if they got like financial issues or not, but still, I think it's like 4 of them. And the next set of players then consists of, first up, Jurisic, going to Benevento in Italy from Sampdoria on loan for the rest of the season. I think I recognise him from somewhere, but I'm not sure if it's the same player that used to play for Southampton. Next up, we go on to Tommy, a German player, going to Stuttgart from Augsburg for £450,000. Novak has gone to Trabzonspor in Turkey from FC Midtjylland for £1.71 million. Final player on this page is Centurion, a decent looking silver card to be fair, a good pace, good dribbling. He's joined Racing Club in Argentina from Genoa in Italy for around £2.7 million. And the final 3 confirmed transfers then. The very first one is that Staphylidis going to Stoke City from FC Augsburg on loan for the rest of the season, and he did feature in yesterday's episode as a potential deal. Then we got on to Forshaw going to Leeds United from Middlesbrough for around £4.5 million. And final player, it's not fully confirmed just yet, but according to Globo Esporte and also Esporte Intervita, I think it's called, they are saying he's returned to Santos from Inter Milan. I'm not sure if it's a loan deal or a permanent deal, but either way it looks like he's gone back to the Brazilian league. I'm pretty sure for the first part of the season he was out loaned to Benfica. I'm not sure if he played too much, to be honest, but now, again, like I said before, gone back to Brazil. His move to Inter didn't really work out too well, but he does still possess a lot of potential. But now let's jump on to potential deals then. The very first player is going to be a very interesting one, and that's going to be Peter Crouch from Stoke City. In this window in particular so far, it does seem that Antonio Conte, his main priority is to bring in a plan B striker, like a hold-up player, someone who's very good in the air, and also very tall. In the summer, he was trying to get Fernando Llorente from Swansea City and ended up going to Tottenham. In fact, it was also later a year ago as well, last January. He tried getting Andy Carroll apparently, but now he's out for like 4 months, I've read somewhere. And today, according to the Daily Mirror at least and the Telegraph, he's after Peter Crouch. They're saying breaking news, Chelsea have made inquiries about signing Stoke City target man Peter Crouch. So a lot of people, including myself, are probably thinking, what? This is kind of strange, because there are a lot of very good target man strikers, but Peter Crouch, he's getting on a bit. And the 2 players next to him then are going to be 2 Roma players, and according to Damasio today, Chelsea have offered €50 million for both Emerson and also Edin Dzeko, plus Michy Batshuayi on loan, but Roma, they want €65 million. So they are trying to get a double deal out of them, and Edin Dzeko obviously played for Man City before in the Prem, and I really rate him. He's a goal scorer, fantastic in the air, fantastic with his fee. It'd be a good signing. And because that type of fee, I'm assuming he'd actually play alongside Morata, and it could be a very good partnership. But at this point in time, Morata is very low on confidence. And Emerson could be a replacement or a backup player for Marcos Alonso. Next up, we move on to Lucas Moura today, according to L'Equipe in France. Tottenham are ready to rival Manchester United and Napoli for the signing of Lucas Moura, but Spurs want the PSG winger on an initial loan deal. And most places are also saying that basically PSG want to sell him now on a permanent basis kind of thing, because he's not really playing. And also on top of that, of course, financial fair play, they try to sell a few players here and there to make up for the Mbappe and Neymar purchases. He has been heavily linked to a move to the Chinese Super League, in particular I think to Beijing Guoan, who recently signed Bakambu in fact a couple of days ago now, so they're willing to spend the money. He might go to China, he might stay in Europe, we'll have to wait and see. Next up we go on to Daniel Sturridge, and first up according to Daily Mail, Liverpool have rejected an offer from Spanish side Sevilla for out-of-favour striker Daniel Sturridge. Of course, a couple of days ago, it came out that Sturridge has asked Liverpool to leave this winter because he wants to get into England World Cup squad, and obviously being a bench player that doesn't really come on at all, it's not going to help his cause. But a few clubs are interested, and most of them are from abroad. In fact, Inter Milan yesterday, and today we've got Roma and Sevilla. And moving on to Roma talk, according to various outlets, AS Roma will target Daniel Sturridge if they sell DZEKO to Chelsea. And we are still asking for £30 million for him on a permanent basis. Again, I said yesterday, if it's to a Prem club, maybe they'd probably pay that, but to Roma or Sevilla, no chance. And now on according to Liverpool Echo today, Bayern Munich have received interest from Everton with regards to 24-year-old Spanish left-back Juan Bernat. And Everton so far this winter have already bought in Theo Walcott and Tosin as well from Besiktas, so they're spending money, and Bernat might be the next option there as a left back, because they spent a lot of money in the summer, but really it's not worked out too well. And he did actually have a decent run in the Bayern team at one point, I can't actually remember when it was, but recently of course he's a backup player to Alaba, so might want to leave to get first team football. And next up according to Fox Sports, Coutinho will wear the number 14 shirt at Barca and not the number 7 shirt as initially thought. The number 7 is being reserved for an important transfer, being Antoine Griezmann, who'll be the owner of the number 7 from next season. And of course I mentioned yesterday that Damasio has been saying that Barca are very much interested in Griezmann. Of course it's somewhat public knowledge now, but they are willing to activate his buyout clause at some point before June or July, because currently it's like 110 million euros or so, and it will be rising a lot more to 200 mil. As good as Antoine Griezmann is right now, where would he actually fit in the Barcelona team? Because of course at the moment they have a front three of Dembele when he's fit, they have Luis Suarez, Messi, Coutinho is still there. Now would they change formation like 2 up front with Suarez and Griezmann and have Messi just behind, or Coutinho, or have Coutinho deeper, in centre mid role? But that still leaves out Dembele, who they paid a massive fee for. But then again, it wouldn't be a bad situation for them to be in, because obviously having that type of quality and having that much quality, it's a good predicament. And now move on to Barca's rivals being Real Madrid. According to Mundo Deportivo today, Ibrahimovic has been offered to Spanish giants Real Madrid. The proposed move, however, is unlikely because his agent Mino Raiola isn't in Florentino Perez's good books. And to be honest, of what I've read about Mino Raiola, he's probably not in many people's good books, because again, he seems like a bit of hard work, you could say, put it nicely, and owners of football clubs probably don't like that. And it was reported a few days ago that Real Madrid are looking for a new striker, because this season so far, it's going absolutely horrifically. They're having players not scoring goals, of course Ronaldo being on just 4, but they want someone that can come in straight away and make an impact. Now Ibra, can he do that? I'd probably say no, because as good as he is, he's currently injured I believe. And now moving on to a double rumour today, according to Corriere dello Sport in Italy, they're saying the Juventus are targeting Tottenham playmaker Christian Eriksen or Arsenal midfielder Mesut Ozil to become the new number 10. So they are looking to bring in a playmaker either this winter or in the summer transfer window. Of course, Mesut Ozil will be a free transfer. Eriksen, however, I think has got a few years left in his current contract, but would cost a lot of money. And having either of those two, by the way, in the Serie A next season, like in FIFA, it'd be pretty incredible. Some very good links there, and also very good for hybrids. However, according to the Daily Mail today, Tottenham are looking to tie down Christian Eriksen to a new deal amid interest from Serie A side Juventus. And Tottenham currently have got a very strict wage structure, which I imagine will start breaking a little bit with the likes of Dele Alli, Harry Kane, and now Christian Eriksen. And they probably need to do that, because if you go back to the summer, remember the little outburst from Danny Rose? He actually mentioned a lot of things about their current wage structure. He feels that players aren't really getting what they deserve, especially compared to other Premier League players. So a lot of players may move on if they don't change it. So starting now, it wouldn't be a bad thing. Next up we got on to, of course, the saga of this transfer window so far, it seems, be Alexis Sanchez and Mkhitaryan swapping clubs. So the first part is actually from Arsene Wenger himself in a press conference. So talking about a swap deal between Mkhitaryan and Sanchez, he says it's likely to happen before the weekend, so should be today finally. And he also says that Mkhitaryan's wage demands, they aren't an issue whatsoever, and you'd probably imagine so, because Sanchez was on a massive wage anyway. And I know this video does go live at 8:30, but potentially by the time it's actually up, this could be confirmed. But as always, it will be in tomorrow's episode if it's actually a full confirmed deal. The next part is according to various outlets again. This time it's Arsene Wenger talking about a potential Mkhitaryan deal. He says this would be an exchange of players. I think one player would replace the other. Are we still in the transfer market after that? Yes. And that ties in massively to the next transfer rumour in just a moment as well, so bear that in mind. The London Standard are saying that Henrik Mkhitaryan is set to become Arsenal's highest paid player, around £175,000 a week, and according to the Telegraph this time, United's deal to sign Chile for Alexis Sanchez from Arsenal will be worth £180 million after he agreed a 4.5-year contract. So no money is involved basically going from Arsenal to United. It's a straight swap player deal. Otherwise it would have been like £35 million for him anyway, or a free transfer if they wait a little bit. Most places are saying it's around £400,000 a week, up to £500,000 per week. Depends what paper you do read, which again, it's a massive amount of money, but they are getting a world-class player. And now moving on to that Arsenal rumour I mentioned a second ago, being Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. And Arsene Wenger was asked about Aubameyang today, or yesterday should I say, and he said I'd rather announce it when it's done. And in fact, Borussia Dortmund responded to this by putting out a statement, a public statement, saying how they don't like how Arsene Wenger has been talking about Aubameyang, as he's not one of their players. But apart from that, it does still seem like the deal is definitely going to go through. And next up, according to Damasio, Arsenal and Aubameyang have agreed on a 3.5-year contract with a €10 million a year wage. And to back up the reports the Bild put out 24 hours before anyone else, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang has not travelled with the Borussia Dortmund squad for tomorrow's game or today's game against Hertha Berlin. I'm not gonna lie, I'm very much interested to see how well he plays alongside Lacazette, with Mesut Ozil just behind. And the final rumour today involves 3 different players, all potentially going to the same team according to Marca. Real Madrid believe the time has come to sign a new attacking trio: PSG's Neymar, Chelsea's Eden Hazard, and Bayern Munich's Robert Lewandowski. Now the Neymar to Real Madrid links are even going back when he was playing for Santos, I believe, and now it could be genuine interest, despite just joining PSG and of course being a former Barca player. I imagine it'd be quite hard to turn down Real Madrid. And in fact, the last couple of years, Lewandowski and Hazard have been into Real Madrid as well, so there could be interest in there, but would they sign all 3 in one window? Very unlikely. But that, guys, is going to be it for today's episode. So as always, if you enjoyed it and enjoyed transfers, show support by leaving a like rating. That'd be absolutely awesome and greatly appreciated. If you're new to my channel, make sure to press the subscribe button for more and press notifications tab next to it to receive an alert every single time I upload a video. If you missed yesterday's video, down below in the description box. And today's question of the day: what was your best pack ever on FIFA Ultimate Team? Let me know down below in the comment section, and remember, every single day at 8:30 there'll be a new transfer video on my channel. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.